Okay, so welcome to the extension for lesson 1. So the techniques that we're going to learn here are slightly different from the first lesson, but they should just consolidate a few of the aspects. So what we're going to do is do some kind of text animation. And it's completely up to you what you write or how you go about it. Make it as creative as you absolutely want. So let's begin. So let's start by creating a HTML5 canvas, and unlike the last lesson, let's save it straight away. So let's go File and then Save. So we're going to save it into our Adobe Animate project, which is right there, and then we're going to save it inside of the traffic light animation, which is our lesson 1, and we can just call it text extension. Okay, so then press OK and we're ready to go. So what can we do with text? Let's just call it a layer, and you can have as many layers as you want, but for this one I'm just going to keep it really simple, and I'm just going to do one layer. And I'm just going to do something like a pen writing kind of technique, or a typewriter technique really. So we're going to click the text tool here, and you can change the text here, you can change the boldness, you can change the color. So let's start by giving it a really nice red color. Okay, and I'm just going to say the word H in capitals. Now we're going to move on, let's say 2 frames, and we're going to insert a keyframe. Now on this frame here we're going to insert an E. Now I don't want this one to be red, I want this one to be blue, and we just need to align it so it sits there. Okay, we can also use the same block as well. So for that one I actually created a new block, so that wasn't very good actually, but let's just undo that. Let's just delete that one and double click on this block here, and then create the E, then change the color, and it'll actually make it a little bit simpler rather than keep creating more blocks. However, if you wanted to do some kind of falling animation, having multiple blocks would be really cool. Keeping this simple then. So let's move on 2 frames, and let's insert another keyframe, and let's say LL this time. Change these to green. And one thing you're going to notice is it's moving it along to the left, and that's because it's currently set to center, which is going to cause you a bit of an issue actually. So let's just set that to left align. Let's just move it over a little bit. So when we move back, you should see it kind of moves a little bit. Shouldn't cause us too much trouble. So let's move along 2 more frames, insert a keyframe, and let's just finish the O. And let's just give that a nice, I don't know, what colour should we go? Should we go yellow? There we go. So we've got our hello. Let's move along to frame 10 and insert another keyframe. This time, let's try the other technique, and we'll drop them in this time. That should be quite fun. So let's just say W, and let's move along 2 frames. Insert keyframe. Let's say O. Let's just change that color. Let's move it along. Just going to make this a bit more random, so move to 15 this time. And we say R. Change the color. So that nice red again. And let's move it along. Insert another one. Change the color. Let's have a blue. Last one. Insert keyframe. And D. And we'll leave that in blue. Now, as it currently looks, it goes like this. And if you want to preview that, you can press Control Enter, and it will loop for us. Okay, and that gives us everything you want. Now we can be slightly more creative than that, but if you were just to do that for the extension, that would be absolutely fine and it would be brilliant. But let's just move back to the timeline, and let's just do something a little bit better. So let's just move it along, and this time when we get to the W, we're just going to move the W up a little bit, and then when we move to the next letter, it's going to drop down, and then this one's going to come in, and then when it gets to the next letter, the R is going to drop down, and then it's going to come in, and then when it comes to the next letter, that's going to come down, and then we'll just finish it there. So now we get this kind of dropping effect. Very sketchy. Control Enter, but it will work. Okay, so there's our Hello World extension. Now, if you want to do more things than that, if you want to change the colors as you go through, that's absolutely fine, but I'm going to leave it here. I'm quite happy with that, and I'm just going to show you one more time how to export this. So we're going to go File, make sure we save it first. So File, Save, File, Export. Let's go to the video option, and then wait just a few seconds, make sure we've got Convert to Adobe Media Encoder selected, and let's just wait a few seconds. It's coming. It's been particularly slow today. Here it is. Okay, so we've got it. It's going roughly to the right folder, so let's press the green button. And it had the right encoder, which was H.264. It's done it. It's grayed out here, so we know it's done. And let's go to our folder. It's created 2 for us. So which one is it that we want? That's 61. It's that one there, I believe. Let's just test it. There we go. Fantastic. There's the extension done. So let's just do a bit of cleaning up before we go. So let's just delete this one, and let's just move this one into the traffic light post. And then that's us completed. You can upload those to the assignment and you're good to go. So well done for doing the extension, and I'll see you in the next lesson.